Hey guys, it's Tim from Bent Revolution, and today we're going to talk about one of the great mysteries of recumbent biking, the gear set. So this is a typical triple gear in the front, and in the back it's got a 10-speed cassette. So a lot of people wonder how you're supposed to use this, and the way I always explain it is the smallest gear is these are like your big chapters for shifting. The smallest gear is for climbing a hill. The middle gear is for flat ground, and the large gear is for going fast or going downhill. A lot of people get confused about how to operate this, but really these are your big steps, and the small incremental steps are behind you. So the biggest gear in the front is the hardest gear or the fastest gear. In the back, let's take a look at that. It's exactly the opposite. The hardest gear is the smallest one here, and the easiest gear is the biggest one here. So, you may be wondering, how in the world does that make any sense? How am I going to remember that? The thing to remember is, the closer the gear is to the frame of the bike, the crank or the wheel, that's going to be your easier gear. So it just so happens that they're reversed on the bike, but if you think of it as what's closest to the wheel is going to be the easiest gear. For most people, an easy gear would be, this flat ground gear, and in this gear you can use the entire gear range on the back. There are a few gears you don't want to use, which would be the largest in the front and the largest in the back, or the smallest in the front and the smallest in the back. Those combinations are called cross chaining. And what that means is that you're asking it to do two different things. On the front, you're asking it to be really easy, and on the back, you're asking it to be really difficult, or vice versa. So, a good way to remember that is no big, no small, and in the middle, you can go anywhere at all. Now let's talk about pedaling effort when you're riding. So a common mistake that people make when they're riding is that they think, hey, I'm going out for exercise, let's put it into a hard gear and really crank. All that's going to do is make you really tired and blow out your knees. So the way I always describe it is you should pedal with an effort that makes you go, I can do that all day. This is not a problem. It's not taxing me. But you don't want to be so easy that you're spinning out. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. I'm going to put it into the hardest gear here, and then we're going to start, and I'll probably do a couple of these just so you can see it. But as I put it in the hardest gear, my effort is going to increase a lot. Front, I'm in the highest gear, and then in the back, you can see I'm in the smallest gear in the back. So, starting out, this is not going to be, from a dead stop, this is not going to be easy. Here we go. Got to get psyched up. And here we go. I'm pushing as hard as I can, and I can barely make it move. Ooh, that's probably more effort than you need. So conversely, if I put it into the easiest gear, which I'm working my way to now, which is big in the back, little in the front. So little in the front, this one here, and the biggest in the back. So now that's going to be exactly the opposite of what I did before. So I'm going to stop again, and then we're going to try and get going. And this time I'll be able to get going really quickly and easily because there's very little effort on the pedals. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. I almost spun the tire. Let's see if I can do that. That might be kind of fun. Let's see if I can do a burnout. Have to get a lot of pedal effort, and then here we go. Woo! Look at that acceleration. Woo! But now that I'm pedaling, I'm going like crazy and not moving very fast. So that's probably not a great combination either. So really the effort is just trying to keep yourself in the gear that makes the most sense. And for a lot of people on medium ground, that's going to be one of these medium gears. So right now I'm in like a middle gear, and of course, since I'm in Florida, I'm on flat ground, and you can see that my effort is not super high. I could literally do this all day. And my cadence is about right. I'm shooting for about 60 to 80 rotations per minute, and that usually makes a pretty easy effort. Now, some people go faster, some people go slower. Just do whatever is comfortable for you. Hey, so I hope that was helpful and helps you enjoy your recumbent a little bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. You can find us at bentrevolution.com or give us a call at 813-767-9044. Thanks.